know, where are you going to get your food from if you can't get it from the supermarket? Aren't we? I've got a YouTube, it's Rainstorm, and I thought I'd do my blog today in the car, and I thought I'd, hopefully it's pointing out the window alright, I thought I'd just show you what Suffolk in England looks like this time of year as the leaves are just starting to come down. Suffolk is a nice place. There's not a lot of people that live here, to be honest. It's sort of like the farm agricultural part of Great Britain, to be honest. We don't do a lot of animals here, but we grow a lot of food, really. Barley for beer and bread. But I was also thinking as well that let's hope nothing too bad happens in October, the end of October. Because people are worried, and there is a lot of chatter on the internet and people talking about certain different things, and they're saying, you know, the dollar could collapse and the reserve currency goes down, then what's going to happen, and all these sorts of things that could cause problems. Are there anything to worry about? Well, I think all you've got to do is make sure you've got some food in your house. You should have food in your house anyway, because we don't store food like my grandparents. My grandparents used to have a larder and they'd have all sorts of things in there. So you should have a store of food regardless of the economic condition, just because the fact that you know, where are you going to get your food from if you can't get it from the supermarket? Well, I live in the countryside, so at least I can forage for stuff and I can go hunting. But if you live in a big city, you're not going to go foraging for food, for instance, and you've got a lot of competition between lots of other people. So that is something to think about. So make sure you've got some food, make sure you've got something to trade. So whether it be a commodity, either gold or silver or copper or bronze or something like that, or food, or whiskey, or cigarettes, or whatever it is as a commodity that you know that other people will swap something for. And that's what a commodity is. So if you haven't got the money to buy gold and silver, gold in particular, doesn't mean you can't buy some bottles of whiskey or something like that. And now, in an economic crisis situation, a bottle of whiskey is worth just as much as anything else, and always has been. So because they're a commodity, they're things to think about. And the other thing to think about is, have you got all your stuff prepared for your bug-out bag? Where is all your stuff? Is it all ready? Do you know where all the stuff is? If something bad happens tomorrow, have you got your stuff ready to go, to leave, and just get the hell out, just in case anything bad happens? So that's another thing to make sure you've got ready. And if there's any little things, not that cost money, but you think to yourself, God, I should have done that, or I wish I'd done that, or there's little things in the back of your mind you know you should get done, just get them done over the next couple of weeks. And like I say, if nothing happens, then nothing happens. It doesn't matter, does it? You'll have some food in your cupboard and you'll have some commodities. It doesn't matter, does it? But if the economy collapses and all of a sudden all this food that comes from halfway around the world to your front door, if that supply chain stops, you ain't going to be getting your mange too from South America, for instance. So there's all these things to think about. And like another person said, oh, you don't want to put fear into people, and it's like, it's not about fear, it's about feeling better within yourself. Because if you buy some food, like I did, I felt a bit panicky. I thought, oh my God, things are going to go bad, I'm going to starve, what my family going to do, they're all going to starve. But now I've bought a little bit of food and it's in storage and it's safe, I now feel calmer and better within myself, because if anything does go wrong, my family is not going to starve at the end of the day, and that's what's most important to me, and that's what should be most important to everybody else, your friends and your family, and primarily your family. So that's a nice house there. Hope you're enjoying the countryside so far. We have a lot of churches in Suffolk. I don't know why that is. I think it's from the wool trade back in the day when they made lots of money. and it was pumped back into the churches. But Suffolk has got a lot of churches. It's got a lot of thatch buildings. It's got still the wooden houses, the oak houses that are thatched and all that. And I mean, this is all flint. There's a lot of flint in Suffolk as well. It seems to be quite a popular building material because it comes out of the fields. So I guess as they would, back in the day, plough the fields, they would have an excess of stones, and then the stones would be used to build various houses and whatnot, which are obviously still here today. The church in my village was built 1100 AD, and it was built on top of older church, which was an Anglo-Saxon church, which dates back another 500-600 years. So things are quite old here, especially when you think of America. 1776 America was created. So yeah, America's not very old at all, and it's almost failed. I think we should accept that America will fail. Whether it fails today, tomorrow, 5 years or 10 years time, the truth of the matter is, if you create 27, I think it is, trillion dollars printed on paper, fiat currency, you can't expect something bad not to happen. It's quite, you know, you've got to expect something to happen. You devalue a currency that much, it goes to show, really. Also thought it funny was the fact that Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize. Obama, of all people, the puppet corporation idiot that he is. I mean, God, he can read his teleprompter well, you know. And bear in mind, you don't vote for a person, you vote for a party. You definitely do in this country.
You're right.
The only bit of main road in Suffolk. It's only dual carriageway as well. I mean, America roads, they're massive. They're like 4, 5, 6 lanes wide. We've got 2 lanes. See around anywhere, but there is nothing around here. This road is about here, and then it's just fields and fields and fields. So in a way, I do feel quite lucky that I live in a place like this, and I don't live in a big city that people are on top of each other. And if there's no food to buy, where are you going to get food from in a city? All the markets have died, all the little shops have died. If these big corporations don't deliver food to you or the supermarkets, where are you going to get your food from? We've already seen an increase of silver from, what was it, $7.70, something like that last October after the crash, and now it's up to $17.50. So silver as an investment to hedge against inflation, you would have hedged massively against inflation. And of course on the TV they don't talk about gold or silver. All they talk about is you should put it into a bank account or put it in stocks and shares. So take my bit of advice and get some commodities. You know, spread the load, don't have to buy all gold, don't buy all silver, you don't have to buy all copper, but just make sure you've got a variety of a commodity, and a commodity that you can exchange with other people. Don't get the massive bars of things, because if you want to buy some eggs, well, you don't want to swap a kilo bar of silver for, I don't know, a couple hundred eggs or something stupid. Of course you don't. You want smaller stuff, so you can go, right, yeah, I want, I don't know, half a dozen eggs. Yep, here's a little silver coin, there we go. So they're the sort of things you want to swap. So old coins, old English coins, pre-47, you'll get them around spot, including postage, and they're good trading tokens. They go real small, you get the 3 pences, you get the 6 pences, you've got shillings, you've got half crowns. You don't really see the crowns, I've not seen any crowns, but there's half crowns about. But if you want to get the pre-1920